So, you want to play the game? My game, by my rules.
Hello, my name is Rodney. I am from the PO Gamer Q Game YouTube channel, and today it is time for another Fright Night Fridays video. And I am actually going to be going over a board game today. And some people may consider this a hokey game or something like that, but I actually kind of enjoyed it when I was younger. Haven't really played it in quite a few years, but the game is Nightmare. This game is a instructions. Trying to grab it really quickly. Oh, I'm disappointed. This is a VHS game, but the VHS is not in my board game. Oh no, where did it go? But, okay, well, anyways. This game, I remember playing a great deal. There are quite a few cards. Basically, the gist of this game is you have keys. And each color has 10 keys. So there's black, gray, purple, blue, white, and red. And what you're doing is you're trying to get around the board. And, well, you get around the board and you land on different spaces, you get keys depending on different criteria. And while you're going around, the gatekeeper comes around. Well, actually, he doesn't come around. You basically have a time. You hit the VCR. The VHS tape lasts for 1 hour, and as you play, every so often he comes on screen. When he comes on screen, everybody stops and has to watch him. He makes fun of you. He talks to you, talks down to you. He asks for the youngest person, and he makes fun of them. He asks for the oldest person, makes fun of them. There's actually one part where he comes up and says, "You, whose turn is it next?" And you're supposed to say, "Yes, my gatekeeper." If you don't, you get sent to the void or something like that. And if you don't, but once he asks, he says, "Roll the dice," and you roll, and whatever number it is, you skip that many turns, and then he goes away, and it's like you're like, crap. So basically, it's a way to slow one person down, and you're all against each other. This is for the ending of the game. One of them you can see is messed up because of my brother. He bent it up. But the rest of them are pretty good. But what this is, you write your fear on the back of it. It actually comes with I believe this is a grease pencil, so that you can write on the back, and then you can actually erase it, which is very useful because the fronts are all the same, and you can't really tell what's what, as long as somebody doesn't do this to them and bend it up, then everything's good. So what you do is you go on the board, and once you get all 10 of your keys, you have to make it to the center where it says Nightmare, and you basically draw one of those. If you draw, because you write your fear on that, if you draw your fear, you go back to, I think, your gravestone. Each person has their own gravestone on here. And at that point, you're kind of like, okay, well now you got to go back around to get to him. And there's 6 different characters, and each of them has their own, like a tombstone. Depending on which one what character you are, you get this type of tombstone or this type. There is a coin you flip, heads, tails, and there's and for different things, each of the tombstones has this little like place you can slide something into. And what you do is you slide a number into it between 1 and 6, and sometimes he'll call out a specific number, and you have to make sure that you know your number, and you call out, yes, my gatekeeper, and he either, most of the time he does something to screw you over. Toward the end of the game, he starts handing out keys like willy-nilly, but it's not a hard game to beat, but it's really the atmosphere of the game. Actually, there is people call it a spiritual successor, but it's actually a reworking of this game called Atmosphere. It's a little bit bigger. I think it's actually on DVD instead of VHS. I've never played it, or have I? I don't believe I have. But it's a really good game. It also has the gatekeeper in it. It may be the same video. I'm not actually really sure. But a very good game if you like this type of thing. You have to understand it is very hokey. It is very corny. But I love this game growing up. And the box is long and short. Looks like a coffin. And here are your instructions. Very interesting. But as you can see, top of it looks like an old style coffin. Turn it the right way up. But you actually got the handles. Kind of looks like the Beetlejuice coffin from the Beetlejuice movies. And there's actually cards in it that if you get, and they'll have 2 sides of the key. If you click both sides, you get a key. Also, each key has their own abilities, which actually can help you, or can help you in the game do things. But I remember playing this with my brother. I remember playing it with a few other people, and always having fun. It's actually a game that you want to play with the lights off and playing by candlelight. And you just have the glow of the TV shine. Because basically what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to have the TV on one side. Like say I'm sitting at the head of a table. Directly from me would be the TV. And over here, then everybody else would start spreading out around me like this. So basically you'd have like 2 there, 2 there. I'd scoot over a little bit and there'd be thus 2 here. And 6 players is kind of chaotic because there's actually on the cards there's timestamps, and on the TV there, when you get to that time code, you're supposed to do what the card says. Sometimes they're kind of corny, and a lot of times you get so many cards you can't keep up with all of them. But sometimes it's like when there's 5 minutes and 10 seconds left, scream. And if anybody jumps, take a key. And it's like, all right. And I've been playing, and some people's done it before. Other times I've been playing it. I see the I see the timestamp coming up, and I see somebody have the card in their hand, and they go, and they set it down. They just ignore it because you don't know what cards people have. But yeah, it's a good game, and it is something you really need to have the right people with. It's the gatekeeper. He's kind of creepy. I actually give you a little. I've probably shown you segments of the video throughout my review here, but if you've played it, you'll know what I'm talking about. It is very cheesy, but it is good for a scare, and you actually can play it a few times because you may not always be the oldest, or you may not always be the youngest, and there's other numbers that get assigned to you, so it's always different. Sometimes you get a low number, sometimes you get a high number, and always you have a good time. But hope you enjoyed my video. Be back next week with another Fright Night Fridays video. And till next time. Thank you for watching my video. If you liked the video, go ahead and give me a like. If you'd like to see more from me, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I release at least 2 videos a week. Most of the time I release more. Leaving a comment actually helps me a lot. It helps me know what you'd like, dislike, or would like to see on my channel. So go ahead and leave me a comment. If you would like to get in touch with me, have any questions, anything like that, you can go ahead and email me at vmail@poldgamer.com. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. As always, thank you for watching, and until next time.